Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpara Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report with the best trading occasions and in general about the situation about the markets. First, we need to start with the calendar. You need to know what is going on, what is happening on the markets. So, as you can see, we got GDP data from Germany, which came in line with expectations. And just now, we got IFO data from Germany, which came worse than expectations. But I guess that the most important number will be inflation from Eurozone, which will be shown in 1 hour. For the Canadian dollar, we have retail sales data in 4.5 hours. Definitely super important for the traders on the Canadian dollar. As it is Friday, let's see what should we expect in the next week. And in the next week, we have on Monday retail sales data from New Zealand. On Tuesday, inflation report hearings from UK and speech from Jerome Powell, so Fed's chairman, will be testifying. And on Wednesday, durable good orders from US, inflation from Canada, and also second day of Jerome Powell testifying. And UK parliamentary vote on Brexit, another vote, right? On Thursday, GDP from US and a pack of data from Japan, industrial production, retail trade, etc. And on Friday, pretty busy Friday, so we start with the inflation from Japan, then PMIs from China. We also have inflation from Eurozone, and we also have GDP from Canada. Right, so as you can see, interesting data. The thing is that why this inflation is not tier 1 data, it's reading from January, so a late one, right? And the next inflation in next week will be from February. So this is revised data. So should not can but should can have an impact on the markets, but does not have to. Let's go to the charts straight away. As you can see on the euro to Japanese yen, this weaker data from Germany caused a small reversal, but we will get back to it. First, we need to start with the gold, because gold bounced, and that was a very strong reversal actually. As you can see, since we started this upswing, we did not have such a strong reversal as here, but well, I'm not surprised because the bullish momentum was pretty big. And it very often happens like this, that when we have a big volatility, strong movement, the reversal is also pretty strong. Also, what happened here is that we bounced from the legitimate resistance, and this resistance is the upper line of the channel up formation. So here, boom. This is a nice channel up. As long as we stay above the blue line, the sentiment is positive. What is happening now? Well, we do have this significant reversal and a small upswing today. But as you can see, we are below important resistance on $1,327 an ounce. And this is rather small upswing, let's say. So it looks like sellers are controlling the situation here, and with this kind of price action, what we should see a further drop, and I'm thinking about the price getting to this lower line of the channel up formation along with this horizontal support on $1,315 an ounce. Price getting there, I think it is going to happen, and this movement is certain. And I would love to see kind of a bounce from this line, like here, 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 here. So one contact and an upswing, and this can be really great trading opportunity with the proper risk to reward ratio. A bounce from here can drive the price towards the green area. Well, there are a few explanations why the gold reverses from the fundamental point of view. Like, we are very close to the agreement between China and US. Okay, fair enough, but we are very close to the agreement here too, and the gold was going significantly higher. So I don't think it's a good explanation. I think it's just the market, how the market moves. It's just the market mechanics. That the price goes up and down, and here we just have a strong reversal because many traders took profits from the uptrend on gold, and we shouldn't explain this with the trade wars. I don't think it's a good explanation for this kind of movement. Also, definitely we shouldn't explain this with dollar, because most recently gold was going up despite stronger dollar. With the weaker dollar, with the stronger dollar, there was no correlation here, and gold was moving in gold quoted in dollars, in euros, in Japanese yen. So the correlation with dollar is not here, is not the case. Now, euro to Japanese yen. Very, very nice setup. So we do have a symmetric triangle pattern, breakout of the upper line of the symmetric triangle pattern. Here, breakout of the horizontal resistance. Boom. It's very often that after the breakout from the triangle, we do have a horizontal resistance or a horizontal support. It's a common thing. And here we are breaking the horizontal resistance. The price created a flag. Flag is a trend continuation pattern, and the midterm flag promotes a further rise. So what we should see here is the breakout. We should see the breakout of the upper line of the flag, and the price should be aiming higher. And this is happening as we speak. This was data from Germany, made this a little bit more complicated. But the thing is that as long as we are above the gray support, the sentiment is positive. Cable, I wanted to show you the positive situation here on cable. Well, I showed you yesterday. So an upswing flag, and that also with the inverse head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, breakout of the upper line of the flag, breakout of the neckline, and boom, a nice rise. What we have here is a smaller head and shoulder pattern, so left shoulder, head and right shoulder. But the sell signal is not here yet. For the proper sell signal, we need to see the breakout of the horizontal support of this neckline. And this orange area is a neckline of this formation, and it would be much better for the technical situation if we saw this breakout yesterday, but the price did not do that, and still above this. So we're having like a smaller right shoulder here. Okay, fair enough. It does not change much. It makes this formation a little bit less technical and uglier, let's say like this. But the price closing hourly candle, H1 candle below the orange area will be a strong sell signal. But in the same time, as long as we are above the orange area, there is a positive sentiment on cable still. Now, what is happening on silver? Is that happening on gold too? No, it is not. So as you can see, gold is like this and silver is going higher. That is pretty interesting. That this correlation is a little bit broken right now. Very, very interesting. Anyways, what we are having here in the big picture is left shoulder, head and right shoulder, or triple top formation, because this shoulder is a little bit higher and it shouldn't be. So it's more of a triple top formation. Breakout of the black line can bring a sell signal to the silver, but we are not there yet. Actually, with this upswing, it seems like this horizontal support could defend it, and we should see a further rise. Euro dollar is going higher. Euro to Japanese yen, as you can see, canceled this drop. Euro dollar is also going higher. This is what we were expecting yesterday. Why? Well, this inverse head and shoulder pattern, breakout of the neckline, and a sideways trend like this. Sideways trend like this, we bounce from the neckline and the price is aiming higher. We should see the price aiming this midterm downtrend line here, this purple line, and chances that we will get there are pretty high, and this trade has potentially a very nice risk to reward ratio. Normally, like a stop loss tends to be in such situations below the neckline and the target here. Next one, euro to New Zealand dollar. So you remember this from yesterday. I told you about the upswing, so it was somewhere here, caused by inverse head and shoulder pattern, and that the potential target is on the upper line of the channel down formation, and here is a nice area for taking profits and for the short-term sell, and boom, it is happening. Price respected this resistance, and now we see the drop. It is very, very nice. It looks promising for the sellers. If we assume that this channel down formation will be continued, we should see a drop here. So we are talking about the very good risk to reward ratio here. Now Swiss franc to Japanese yen, nice upswing. As you can see, I do have a position here, a very small one, but okay. It was a bit on loss yesterday. I opened this here yesterday, and but now the price is recovering, and I'm looking for a nice upswing here. Why I opened this position? Well, there is a symmetric triangle pattern, horizontal resistance. We broke upper line of the symmetric triangle. We broke horizontal resistance. We use those as supports, and the price is aiming higher, and this is how it should be done according to the technical analysis. American dollar to Japanese yen, so I'm waiting for this right shoulder. As you can see, a lot of head and shoulder patterns, but well, you can see that they work, so I'm not making stuff up. They really work. If they do not work, fair enough, but if they work, why not using them? Why I created this line? Because that was one of the scenarios of the price testing the major uptrend line again, but fair enough, maybe we don't need to test it and the price will break the yellow resistance soon, which will create the inverse head and shoulder pattern definitely. Bitcoin, which had a bit of roller coaster trading yesterday from the local highs to the local lows in just a few hours. What does it change? Nothing really. We are in a sideways trend below horizontal resistance, but we are in a positive territory because there is the symmetric triangle pattern and we broke the upper line of it, and this brings us, in theory, this brings us a buy signal. So what we should see the breakout of the horizontal resistance and a further rise towards $6,000 for one Bitcoin. Well, I'm being honest with you. I was bearish about Bitcoin. I saw a bigger chance of the price going to 2,900. But also at the same time, I'm a price action trader, so my view is based on me looking at the charts, and if the chart is bullish, if the chart is telling me that the price should go up, well, I should not argue with that. Now, crude respected the uptrend line yesterday. Crude respected the horizontal support, and we are in a bullish territory. Also, situation here is similar to this one with Bitcoin, because I was negative on Bitcoin. I was negative on crude as well, but I need to be honest, and I'm reading the charts, and the chart here is definitely positive. So we are respecting the dynamic supports, we are respecting horizontal supports, so the price is going higher and higher. Fair enough, I cannot argue with the technical analysis. That's the thing about trading. You should not be biased, you should not have idea about the direction. This idea about the direction should come from the charts. So it's not like you're approaching the chart thinking that this instrument should go up or down. No, it does not work like this. You should get this idea after analyzing this instrument. So being biased on the market is terrible. It can crush, destroy your profits. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. So I was watching Bloomberg in the morning, well, yesterday there was an information that China banned Australian coal. Today in the morning, like a few hours ago, Bloomberg said that this information was fake, false, that officials they do not confirm this. This is why Australian dollar is going up right now, because that information about Australian coal being banned caused a decline on Australian dollar, but the information that this information was false, fake, was not confirmed, creates the positive situation for the Australian dollar, and the Australian dollar goes higher. But here we had a sell signal coming from the breakout of the lower line of the flag, and I don't know what, well, this sell signal is off the table right now, and what we can have here is a false breakout pattern, which can be very, very positive for this instrument. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. What is happening here is we do have a sell signal. So the price breaks from the symmetric triangle pattern, and we should see a further drop, even despite that we are in an uptrend. But this situation promotes a further drop. There is this horizontal support. Again, I seldom go to M15, but I wanted to show you this a little bit closer. I do not trade based on M15. If you're not convinced yet after the breakout of the lower line of the symmetric triangle, maybe you want to wait for the breakout of the orange line. Breakout of the orange line will give us a sell signal. Euro to Canadian dollar here. No, we don't have anything interesting here. Euro to British pound. There was a nice sell signal. There is still a nice sell signal, but we do have a bullish correction. Maybe this bullish correction will aim 23.6. Why not? It seems like a nice support, or maybe slightly higher, maybe here. So let's do it like this. That's a wide resistance area. The price may aim the orange area and then go down. So any bearish price action here will be a good occasion to go short. Why? Well, it comes from the H4 chart. The drop, correction just created a double top formation. We bounced from 38.212, broke the horizontal support, broke the neckline, and broken supports like to be tested as resistances. So drop, correction, and maybe a further drop. So again, what we are having here is a sell signal, negative situation on gold. We do have a positive situation on euro to Japanese yen. We do have, we are very close to the sell signal on cable, on British pound to American dollar. We do have a positive situation on silver, which is pretty interesting because silver was always was most recently I'm sorry, most recently worse than gold. But today we are better, silver is better, and euro dollar, it's positive, euro to New Zealand dollar, it's negative, Swiss franc to Japanese yen, this one is, I'm sorry, this one is positive. American dollar to Canadian dollar, what we are having here is a positive situation, but the buy signal will be triggered when the price will break the yellow line. Bitcoin still positive, crude positive, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. We can have a buy signal here actually today. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc negative, and euro to British pound short and positive, midterm negative. And this is my view on this instrument. This is my view on the markets right now. Thank you very much for attending the daily analytical report. I hope you enjoyed this. Now we'll have a small break, and after that educational webinar, which I hope you will attend. Thanks very much again, and good luck in trading.